Welcome to The Explainer. Shipping goods by rail can be a total game changer for your business, unlocking huge efficiencies. But let's be honest, trying to figure out the options, carloads, containers, all of it, can feel like a maze. So today, we're going to demystify the entire world of railway freight. We're going to break down the core services to help you find that perfect, most cost-effective solution for your supply chain.
Look, every shipper faces the same fundamental challenge, right? How do you move your goods efficiently, safely, and without breaking the bank? Rail is this absolute powerhouse of an option, but it's often misunderstood. Are you moving raw materials or finished products? Do you have enough to fill a whole rail car or just a few pallets? Let's figure out which path is the right one for your business.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, a quick overview. Then we'll dive deep into the four main services: carload, intermodal, full-service logistics, and pooling. And then we'll wrap it all up to help you make the best choice for whatever you need to ship.
All right, first up, let's get the basics down. We're talking about the two primary ways you can ship by rail. And trust me, once you get the core difference between these two, everything else just clicks into place.
The difference really boils down to this. Think of carload shipping as the workhorse for raw materials. We're talking grain, coal, chemicals, the stuff that makes other stuff. Intermodal, on the other hand, that's built for the finished product, the electronics, the clothes, the packaged goods that are heading right to the store shelves. One is about raw power and heavy volume. The other is all about flexible, global connections.
So let's kick things off with carload. This is the true heavy lifter of the supply chain. It's the most traditional and, frankly, the most powerful way to move massive volumes of a single commodity. This is the engine for foundational industries all over the world.
The key thing to get here is that with carload, you are booking an entire rail car. It's all yours, it's not shared space. And that dedication is what makes it so incredibly efficient and cheap for moving just huge quantities of a single product.
And here's the thing that really puts that efficiency into perspective. A single rail car can take 3, sometimes even 4 big rig trucks right off the road. I mean, that is a massive amount of capacity. And that's exactly what drives down the cost per ton and, of course, dramatically reduces the carbon footprint of your shipment.
You can see this service is just tailor-made for the building blocks of our economy. From Canadian grain heading to port to U.S. coal destined for power plants, carload is the engine that moves the raw materials that literally build and power our world.
Okay, next up is intermodal. This is the brilliant system that keeps global commerce flowing so smoothly. If you're shipping finished goods across countries or even continents, this is the service you absolutely need to get.
Now, the real magic of intermodal is that your goods stay sealed in one single container, from the factory floor all the way to the retail shelf. There's no unpacking, no repacking. That one seamless journey is what makes it the absolute bedrock of modern global trade.
And the process itself is just beautifully simple. Your product gets loaded into a container once. That's it. From there, these massive cranes do all the heavy lifting, shifting the entire box from a ship to a train, and then from the train to a truck for that final delivery. This incredible efficiency is what drives the entire global supply chain.
So what does this mean for you, the shipper? It means a supply chain that's more affordable, more reliable, more secure, and way more sustainable. This is a strategic choice offered by all the big players like BNSF and Union Pacific in North America, and it's exploding in popularity along the Eurasian Silk Road routes that connect China and Europe.
Modern railways do a lot more than just move trains from point A to point B. Many of them are now offering these comprehensive, door-to-door logistics solutions. They're really transforming from just being carriers into being your strategic partners.
The goal here is just to make your life easier, to simplify your entire supply chain. So instead of you having to coordinate with a rail carrier and a trucking company and a warehouse, you can manage the entire journey through a single provider. They handle all the connections for you. It's a huge relief.
And this is happening all over the world. In North America, you've got BNSF Logistics offering the whole shebang, full supply chain management. Union Pacific has its Cold Connect service for specialized temperature-controlled shipping. In Europe, Rail Cargo Group manages freight all the way into Asia. And in Japan, JR Freight has these precise scheduled container services down to a science.
But what if you don't have enough stuff to fill an entire car or a whole container? Does that mean you're just locked out of all the great benefits of rail? No way. Not at all. That is where pooling comes in.
The best way to think about this is like a rideshare for your freight. It makes the incredible cost effectiveness and the efficiency of rail totally accessible to small and mid-sized businesses. the ones that just can't meet those huge carload volumes on their own.
So you're probably asking, how do I get in on this? Well, here's the deal. While the major railways like CN or UP are the ones that make these services possible, you're typically going to work through what's called a third-party logistics provider, or a 3PL. You've got companies like TTX that manage the railcar fleets, and then specialized freight forwarders who are the real experts at bundling shipments from businesses like yours into one full, cost-effective carload.
Okay, deep breath. We've covered a lot of ground. Now let's bring it all home and put this all together to help you decide which service is the absolute right fit for your specific business needs.
This really simplifies your decision. Just start with your product. If it's a bulk commodity, Carload is your go-to. Easy. If you're shipping finished goods and you need that last-mile delivery, you're going to look straight to Intermodal. If you want a single, hands-off, do-it-all solution, explore Full Logistics. And if your shipments are smaller, pooling is your most affordable ticket to get into the rail game.
Ultimately, I think the key takeaway from this whole explainer is that modern rail is just not a simple mode of transport anymore. It has evolved. It's now this versatile, strategic piece of a really sophisticated supply chain, and it offers a whole suite of services designed for pretty much every type of shipper out there.
So that leaves us with one final question for your business. By really understanding and leveraging the right rail service, from the raw power of Carload to the global reach of Intermodal, are you building the most efficient, the most cost-effective, and the most sustainable path to market for your goods?